You are live. There we go. There we go. I saw it this time. I wasn't looking down and looking at other stuff and trying to get things, where I needed to have them. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Bess Parks. I am the the founder of the Single Moms Level Up CEO as well. And also the founder of I like to say hashtag. Let me do it up here. Hashtag Single Moms Level Up, and also the Single Moms private Facebook group. This is broadcasting live in both those locations. And this is our weekly, not weekly, but monthly. This is our monthly event. This is our monthly event. Oftentimes it approaches the topics of what some of the challenges are that we as single moms go through, how we get through them, and how we can support one another, and the resources that we can reach out to, and all those good things. Our motto here is let's go from just surviving to CEO in every area of our lives through self care, self love, and supporting one another. What better way to do that than to spend some time with each other? At least 1 week, 5 days out of the month, where we spend some time with each other and talk about whatever it is that we need to talk about, whatever it is that we need to level ourselves up. And what is really leveling up? Leveling up is changing our perspective of how we see things. All the A lot of times, well, not a lot of times, eagles fly up high, but mind you, eagles could fly up higher than most birds. I think the sparrow can fly directly into the sun, but eagles fly higher than most birds. And because they have that perspective that's up that high, they can see everything clearly. Not like, when we go up in an airplane or, hot air balloon or whatever, or skydiving or whatever, they don't see little dots. No, they see clearly what that is that's down there. So when they go and swoop down on something that's unsuspecting that is coming to get them, they have no idea that they were being watched. Eagles are amazing birds, and that wingspan that they have, and they can glide through the air, and it's just an amazing thing to see. Sidebar: I saw some eagles when I went to my dad's house. I took my kids and I to my dad's house, um, and he lives, let me not say it because he gets a little salty when I give out his information, but he lives out in some backwoods somewhere. Let me just say that. And so when we we drove out there, and no, we didn't. We flew out there, and this was after my mom died. My mom had passed away few weeks earlier in December of 2009, and I decided, well, or let me just say, I didn't decide. God gave me the idea. Go visit your dad. Go, just go and be with some family, because now it was Christmas. That's my favorite time. One of my top favorite time of the year. Let me just say that. I just love the spirit of Christmas and the family and the food and just, all of that, the love and the way that people change and start being so caring and loving towards each other. I love all of that about Christmas. But anyway, God gave me the idea to go and spend time with my dad, and I saw eagles, like eagles flying over the top of the trees in this backwooded area. And it was at that time I'm watching that wingspan, and he has binoculars that are there. So I was able to look at the binoculars and see that it was an eagle. And it was three of them that I saw, and that I thought that was unusual. I didn't think eagles like flew in packs. I don't know, but I saw them and I was like, wow, look at that wingspan. And it was at that time that I realized, what am I doing here? Why am I in the backwoods? I can't live here. This is not for me. It's helping me. It was helping me at that time because I was able to just let go my dad and my bonus mom. took care of my kids, and I just slept and, ate on occasion and just, was I was just being, I was just being. Um which is our podcast, Single Moms Level Up podcast summer series, is Just Be. We're going to use this episode as well for that podcast, because we're going to get two things done at the same time because we got a lot going on, as a single mom, that's leveling up. I got a lot going on. So I got some other things that I have to do tonight as well. Uh, uh, oh no, today's that's not that I have to do that. Anyway, we're gonna use it anyway, so that we can get two things done at the same time. So the Just Be podcast is something that started out. It's a summer series for single moms to listen to. You don't necessarily have to watch. It's going to be available on other podcast platforms as well. Just letting you guys know where you can find and follow up and be a part of Single Moms Level Up. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook as well, and we have a YouTube channel, Single Moms Level Up. The Facebook is something that we're trying to have more visibility there, and trying to be more visible there and contribute more there to our Facebook page. It's kind of been left as like the redheaded stepchild. But anyway, thank you so much for joining this live event. Yes, it's live. So mind you, I have I have still have one of my kids at home. I have a grandchild. You may hear noise at some point in time. That is the family life that's going on. This is real live in full effect. Yes, I'm in my house. I have converted my dining room into my studio. So I have several areas. I have three different areas where I film things. I generally do the Just Be podcast in this area, which happens to be my foyer. Don't know why I'm telling y'all that because you really don't need to know. But I'm gonna share it with y'all anyway. I'm gonna share it with y'all anyway. So this is day one: freedom to be you, strong and beautiful. Now, mind you, as single moms, we don't always feel strong and beautiful. Sometimes we feel the opposite of those things. But we need to speak the things that we want into existence and make it be what it is and move and make actions towards these things. So it's hot here in Houston, y'all, and I had to work today because I got a court date tomorrow. And here we go, just being just be, just be. So this is day one of this event. This is a 5-day event, and I'm going to say that because it is a 5-day event. Our monthly events are 5 days, and we spend those days talking about different subjects that single moms have made me aware of by giving me feedback on what it is that they would like to hear on the shows, during the sessions and during the events. And so some of them are doing it alone. A lot of single moms, a lot of us are afraid of doing it alone. I was afraid of doing it alone because I didn't think I was capable of doing it. So let me just tell you this. This is what our our topic is for today. Why is it like that? Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. I don't want it like that. Okay. So we'll put that back up. Yes, I do want that. Okay. So here is our session topic. I'm going to pull this down. And I do this every time. Y'all know I do this every time. If you watch me anytime before, I I adjust my screen. And I don't know why I do that. I think it's because it's tilted so much forward. I got to do that. But anyway, I'm having squirrel moments. If y'all don't know that, a squirrel runs by and it's like, oh, I'm just having that moment. I think it's the heat, y'all. I think it's the heat. But anyway, the topic for today is acceptance. So, um, as single moms, there just comes this point When you really, really deep down inside realize and accept the fact that, okay, I'm a single mom. I'm either about to be a single mom. I think there's like a couple phases is I'm about to be a single mom. And I am a single mom. Or I'm accepting, okay, I'm a single mom. I'm gonna be a single mom. Let's do this. So it's that acceptance, and I think it comes in those 2 phases. And I think, like, the first one comes around when, when when we're pregnant. You know, when we're pregnant and we go through that whole 9 months of being pregnant, I think that's when that comes about, is during that time because we have a lot of time to think about it, and we're like, "Okay, well, I'm about to be a single mom." Especially when you start feeling your baby moving around in your stomach and you get those flutters and all kinds of things. My son had hiccups twice, and I felt that, and that was just an interesting feeling to feel hiccups inside your body that are not yours. Um, and you feel those things and you start realizing, okay, this is happening. This is really happening. And so that's like the beginning of the acceptance. And I think for me at least, it took maybe a year, and then I had another wave of acceptance. And then when things didn't work out between me and the kid's dad, then I had the full on effect of the acceptance that, hey, I'm a single mom. So I want to share that with you guys. This is not, this is a little bit hard. But let me tell you how this happened. So I left him for the last time. Mind you, I had left several times. Several times I had left and came back. And this time it was for good. I was like, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming back. This is it. I'm leaving for the last time." So how this came about was that some incidents had happened earlier, that year, incidents that happened all throughout the relationship. And I'm not gonna totally blame this on him. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This is not a male bashing session. This is me taking and accepting responsibility of my part in it. So my part in it was that I stayed I realized that I had some things and some characteristics about myself that I didn't know that I had, but became very visible to me through this relationship. So I don't regret this relationship at all. Um, and I'm not, I'll never, I'm not gonna say never because you never say never, but I'm not gonna say that I regret the relationship because I don't. I got my kids out of it and I got a very clear view of who I am or who I was at the time and that I needed to change. Our relationship didn't work because we were both uh, two broken people trying to portray and become um, and be in a relationship that was not good. It was toxic because we were both broken and had some things in our past that we probably hadn't worked through and everything. And so that was two broken people trying to be together. It was very toxic. Often what has given me a clear view of that is if you've ever seen Hancock with Will Smith, that was how me and him were. It was like when we're together, things just like explode and are out of control and this, that, whatever. And it's very toxic. But when we're apart, we seem to do better apart. And that's just how it is. We just don't click in that way. We click in other ways because we got two kids. But anyway, um, but yeah, so this was it. I was leaving for the last time. Um, a situation had come up where I felt like I may have to fight my way out of it, and so I was prepared and ready to do that. I'm sorry. I'm contemplating with myself on putting this out there or not. Okay, so he cheated on me, okay? Wasn't the first time, it was, one of many, but this was the last time that I was gonna stand by and just let it happen. Um, we never lived together. We always stayed apart. I don't know why, but I just that was something that I was just dead set against. Even though my mom had flipped the switch and was like saying she didn't wasn't encouraging us to live together, but she wanted us to get married because I was pregnant. I was like, I don't know this man in that way, which was dumb in retrospect. I was like, okay, I don't know this man in that way, but yet and still I went and had sex with him and I know him that well. We'd only known each other for 4 months. And that also let me know some things about myself. And I just, it just didn't things just didn't work out. There's a whole lot to it, and I don't have time to get into it. So, our relationship wasn't working out. This was the last time I was leaving him for the last time, and I felt like I was gonna have to fight my way out of it, and it turned out that it wasn't a fight. What the fight was me with myself and leaving for good for the last time. So I thought. So I left, walked away, didn't walk away, but drove away. Um, it was I did some things. I like ran over his foot with the car and because he had his foot in the way and didn't want me to leave and wanted to have a conversation and I didn't want to. I was done. I had said what I needed to say and I was out. I was like, move your foot or I'm gonna run over it. And he didn't move it. So I ran over it and kept going. So matter of fact, I might even backed up. You know, it was a little, yeah, it was a little cray. But anyway, things just got a little crazy. And I was like, okay, look, I was like, we need to be done with this because somebody's gonna get hurt. And then to me, I was thinking about what's gonna happen to the kids. If one of us gets hurt, the other one goes to jail, what's gonna happen to the kids? Um, so I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta do it for my kids. I gotta do it for me. I gotta go because this is getting out of hand. And so it was what it was. The relationship was 7 years, off and on. Because, like I said, I left several times, but this time I was done for good. And so the crazy thing is after I left him, one that happened one weekend. And this was after my 30-year class reunion. I happened to go by, I'm driving home and, this voice inside, which I now know is God, told me to get off and go drive past his house. And so I did. I drove past the house. Whose car do I see in front of his house but the other woman? I was like, okay. So, when he called me to tell me that I don't need to come by because he kept calling me, trying to figure out, asking me when I was coming back and this, that, whatever. I was like, I don't know. It depends on, what happens if I'm having fun or whatever. And he was, he had the kids with him and he had the kids with him. And so I was like, I was supposedly not having to worry about where my kids are and what time I need to be home because I was going out to my 30-year class reunion, seeing people I haven't seen in a while. So he kept calling me and asking me. And then finally he called me and says, no, never mind. You don't need to come by the house. I'm just going to go to sleep. Well, I'm coming by at midnight, possibly around 1 a.m. And that voice tells me to get off the freeway and go drive past his house. So I do that. So here's the other woman's car there. I'm like, I'm not really a fighter. I fight with my words and they can be very deadly when I let my mouth loose. Back mm, I'm not even gonna say back then because it can pop out sometimes. Um, but I'm way better, way better with that. But I'm more of a person with my words, but here I am dressed up nice, heels and everything. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight my way out of this, possibly. And I need to be ready. So before I walk up to the door, I take the back strap of my heels off and put it under, you know how we do that, women, we pull that back strap of your heels off. So I pulled that off, took my earrings off, actually took my ID and put it up under the floorboard in my car. Um, I don't know. I was ready for whatever, And so I go up to the door and he has a security door on this place he was staying at, and I bang on it as hard as I can, like I'm the police trying to, trying to come in. And so I can hear a DVD playing, and it is my CD. The DVD. I'm in a CD. I could hear a CD playing. It's my CD of one of my favorite singers, which is Will Downing, and I could hear that playing. And I was like, "There's only one reason why you playing that music, man. You know what you're doing." And so do I. So I kept banging on the door, and I wasn't hollering. I just kept banging on the door. And so this door had a little peek hole. And so he pops open the peek hole, and I was like, "What the are you looking at me through that peephole? Open this door." So he closes it, and it takes a minute for him to get to the door. Mind you, his room was right there. So I don't know what the problem was. So other than the fact that, my mind and my assumptions, was that things were happening and he needed to put something on before he can come outside. So he opens up the door, but he has his keys in his hand, and he flings open the door, so I have to back up because the door swings out. And so I have to back up, and he turns around and shuts the door and locks it and shuts the door and walks way over to the parking lot for us to have a conversation, I guess. I'm watching him walk over there. I'm like, why are you walking way over there? And so, I didn't want to make a scene. I wasn't trying to make a scene, and things just went, crazy. I'm yelling. And eventually I ended up yelling and started telling him about himself and how he's made me feel over the past 7 years and this, that, whatever, and how he was mirroring his emotions onto me and making me feel like I was doing wrong and it was him doing wrong and whatever. I just vented and totally let it all out. And needless to say, gone. Okay, so we gone, and I said I'll pick up my kids in the morning so that we can go to church. Nerve, huh? I sat up there and did all that and said I'll pick up my kids so we can go to church in the morning. But let me tell you something about church. Church is a hospital. That's where people go to get right. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go to get right. That's where you go to get direction, to get conviction, not condemnation, which condemnation is beating up yourself, but conviction is the desire to change and be better. So know that there's two sides to every story. This is just my side. He's got his side, I'm sure. And I'm gonna say neither is right or wrong, because I played my part as well, and I stayed there and had my own issues that were going on, that were just, my different experiences and his experiences. I think that's where we connected, was that we both had some bad experiences as kids, and that's how we connected in some ways. Um, but just be and check your motives. Be and check your motives. Why are we doing what we're doing? When we're trying to be free to be ourselves, which is strong and beautiful, knowing that strong doesn't mean that you have to be, fighting, boxing, and mean and evil. Strong is being able to accept your part in the things, able to forgive yourself, able to keep moving forward. Beautiful is having a loving and kind spirit, not necessarily just all the exterior makeup and whatever else that we put on, though that is a part of it, but more What's more beautiful in us is a beautiful spirit that we have on the inside, and that's what helps us to be free to be ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So, as single moms, that's hard to do when you have little kids that need you and need us, almost 24/7. They need our encouragement, and depending on their particular age, they need us a lot. And so, I've learned to start praying before I speak. I've learned to repeat what I've hear from what whoever I'm having a conversation, to make sure I'm clear when I'm in a conversation. If the other person can't listen and be clear on the conversation, I can't control that, but I can walk away from it. Um, I listen and I repeat for clarity. I respond. Um, I no more tit for tat and arguments. That's just nonsense and a waste of energy, and can cause a lot of health damages. Um, my goal is effective communication. So that's me accepting that I need to have better listening skills. I need to have better conversations. I need to continually work on me, and when I work on me, then that reflects and is taught and shown to my kids. My kids will pick up what I learn about myself, and what I do to better myself will be reflected in my kids. So know this, that when we are not doing a good job, our children reflect that, because they pick up on the things that we do way more than they pick up on the things that we tell them to do. If our actions don't match what we are saying, um, that's confusing to our kids. And what most times, this is what psychology and psychologists are saying, most of the time, our children will follow what we do more than what we say. So it don't matter a lot of times what we say. It's a reinforcement, but know that our kids are following what we do. They follow more of what we do than what we say. They're doing what's caught more than what's being taught. The taught is just a reinforcement, but they're going to do more of what we do. So I'm going to stop right there because I want to share my screen real quick and tell you what the single mom giveaway is for this month. I always give away, or we always give away, a single mom queen kit, and that is a box of self-care, y'all. It's a box of self-care. I'm going to share my screen and um n- no, I like it when you unexpectedly close the connection. Okay, hold on. It says it's loading. It says it's loading. Unexpectedly close the connection. Okay. So it seems to be a little bit of issue here with the feed. So I'm going to stop sharing that. Unable reload. Because I don't want to take you guys past the 30 minutes. I try to stay on that 30 minutes. That's why something was popping up with, firewalls and things of that sort. So it was causing the delay right there. That's why it wouldn't pop up. But I want to show you guys this real quick. Just know that I'm going to run through this very quickly. Um, because I want to be respectful of your time. And so let's do this here. Share screen. And this will be the last thing that we will do this evening. This morning, whenever you're watching this, know that there are replays. Actually, you know what? It is 8:30. I'm gonna do this on another day. So I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will show you guys what is in the Single Moms Queen Kit. I just want you to know this that there are replays available. The replays you can just go to if you're in the Single Moms Level Up YouTube page. Obviously, you could see the replays there and just watch the replays. This will also be running on the podcast that will be dropped in tonight for the podcast for those that watch or listen to podcast. And the replays in the Single Moms Club private Facebook group. I will be putting those replays in the under the guides tab in a nice, neatly form and fashion for you. That way, you can also you could least listen or whatever, just in case you need to watch several of them. But you can listen to them and click the done button. And that way, you already listened to that and you don't need to listen to it again. I know that we have a lot going on as single moms. And so I'm trying to make this as easy and user friendly as possible for you. So that's that. And thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching the replays. In order to be in the drawing for the Single Moms Queen Kit giveaway for this month, you need to be a part of the Single Moms Club. Answer the 3 questions that for entry that come up, and answer them honestly, because that's where we get all the topics from and how we reach out to you for when you win the Single Moms Queen Kit, and also for other special events that we have going on, like the one at the end of this month, which we'll talk about later. And also, you need to not have won in the past 90 days. And then also, you need to give us your biggest takeaways in the comments, like and share or invite another single mom. Those are the things that are the requirements for being in the drawing for the Single Mom Queen Kit giveaway. So I will talk to you and see you guys next time, which is tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard. See you then. Hashtag Single Moms Level Up. Bye. And there we go.